The iPad has a serious identity problem. It's insanely powerful, nowadays literally running on the same chips as the Mac, but every time you try using it like a computer, it reminds you that it's not. And this is the great identity crisis of the iPad. When the first iPad launched in 2010, it made sense. It wasn't trying to replace your laptop. It was just supposed to make stuff easier. A clean, beautiful screen for watching YouTube, browsing the internet, or scrolling through photos. It was simple, fun, and new. Back then, Apple was clear about what the iPad was, an in-between device, not too serious, not too basic. But over time, things changed. Every year, the iPad started getting closer to a laptop, hardware-wise. More power, more accessories, bigger screens. And with every new update, Apple blurred the line just a little more. Now you've got iPads with Apple's M series chips, the same silicon that's in their MacBooks. That's not a small deal. Those chips can edit 4K footage, render 3D models, run complex software, stuff most Windows PCs would sweat over. So this raises the question, can the iPad finally be a true computer? Of course, no. Because while the hardware is ready, the software still thinks it's an iPhone. You can't multitask easily. File management is a headache. Most pro apps are still light versions. Adobe, Final Cut, Logic, they all exist, but never feel complete. What's worse is Apple itself can't seem to decide what this device is supposed to be. Sometimes they hype it as if you don't need a computer, and then sometimes they present it as if it's the ultimate device for creatives. So which one is it, Apple? Even their own marketing seems confused. And when a company itself doesn't have a clear idea, users don't either. Now here's where it gets even more complicated. Apple could easily give the iPad macOS. They already share the same chips and even similar displays. But if the iPad truly became as capable as a MacBook, who would buy the MacBook? That's the tightrope Apple's walking. They want the iPad to look futuristic, but not too useful to make you ditch your Mac. They want to maintain just enough temptation to make users want both. It's a strategic, deliberate confusion. The iPad exists in this limbo because that's exactly where Apple wants it to be. By the way, if you like this kind of tech explainers, hit subscribe. Ask anyone with an iPad what they do on it, and you'll get wildly different answers. Students love it for notes, artists swear by the Apple Pencil. But when it's time for actual work, coding, heavy editing, serious multitasking, people switch right back to their MacBooks or PCs. And for quick stuff, they just use their phone. So the iPad ends up being the weird thing in between, too capable to be just a tablet, too restricted to replace your computer. A gorgeous, overqualified device that is stuck between an iPhone and a Mac. And that's the most frustrating part. The iPad's hardware has been ready for years to basically replace your computer, with its easy portability, the keyboard, the pencil, the beautiful screen. It's fast, silent, light, and lasts really long, but it's trapped by Apple's own ecosystem walls. Every year we get more features, Stage Manager and multi-window support with iPadOS, which is very clunky for me personally. You people might not agree though. But somehow it still feels like a tablet that has stolen the really powerful Mac chips, pretending to be a laptop. You look at it and think it could be so much more if Apple just let it. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe to Kernel for more. Comment what you want next, and check out my video on Samsung's most original features everyone copied, or this one where I explain why your MacBook sucks at gaming. Thanks for watching.